Okay, so just like the video in Irakli, I'm going to do a video specifically about this place, which is the Institute and Museum of Bitola. It was built in 1848, and it's also known as the Old Barracks because basically that was its function, and it worked as a high school, like a military high school. And you can see here there is some tanks, and yeah, I'm going to talk while I'm checking some information here. I'm visiting it. I will talk about it. So these are some fossil tooth from mastodons, and here is explanation how it went from mastodons to mammoths to elephants, and that's where they were being excavated here in Bitola. Okay, this is an altar, and the head is from the old goddess, and basically it's to protect people. It has the shape of a house, and they used to, or it's presumed that they used to burn things here. This is the tragic mask of Heracles, and basically it's one of those masks for theater. These are for Roman theater. You know the mask that one is happy and one is sad? Well, this is the one that is kind of sad for the Roman theater. In Iraklia there is one of these. Okay, so as I was telling you, in the 1848 this was like a school, like a military school, but in the 1900s it became the military academy. That's why Mustafa Kemal Atatürk studied here. It was moved from Constantinople to Bitola here. As you can see here, there is a room dedicated to ecclesiastic or religious paintings. It's something that I particularly don't like. I think they didn't master very well everything, but anyway. I just want to show you here, there is a painting of St. Nicholas, which was very important here in Macedonia. Okay, and in this room you will be able to see here this kind of decoration that the old houses in Bitola used to have. Here is very interesting because it has some sort of philosophy behind it, which is basically the main part in the world. It's in the middle and it's surrounded by the rest of the things, and that's like a principle that it's in everything. And you can see that they used to have these kind of things that goes in the corners, which was probably used to look fantastic. Okay, so being here in the piano room, let me just tell you, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk was studying here from 1896 to 1899. So basically it was when it was a high school, not the academy. The academy was specifically in 1909. So he studied, let's say, like military high school here. Anyway, here you can see all these pianos. People can come and just play with the pianos. They are from different places, Berlin, different places. And now we are going to see some cool paintings. So before going to the paintings, let me just show you this room that has a lot of sculptures of famous people, including here Manaki, which he was basically the first one that introduced the photography and movies in the Balkans. There is even like a festival in his honor. And Nikola Tesla, there is here a sculpture in honor of Nikola. You can also here see a representation of a studio. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so here let me just show you different paintings. I want to start with this from Martinovsky. Basically, it's very interesting, his work, because he tried to portray the poverty and the suffering of the people. It has like a very social component. There's another one from Martinovsky. It's called The Three Children, 1958. And this one too, this is a woman or a girl, 1944. Actually the name is called Girl from Martinovsky. And here it's a small gallery. I also like very much this painting called Winter. It looks super interesting and is by Kondowski. Very interesting. same like this. I like that basically the representation, the colors are used to represent the mood and the feeling of this person in this. This one in particular is called, it's like nostalgic and stuff, and the name is just Portrait from 1953. There are some paintings here that are quite. And being here in the museum, you can see these kind of like ethnographic explanations about the houses here that unfortunately they have been like studied deeply. But anyway, there are some explanations, and here you have basically a model of a room of one of the houses. Very interesting, looks very cool. Okay, so while we are walking here, checking these artifacts and this clothing, etc., let me just specify, because maybe it wasn't clear, because before we talk about here having Greeks and Romans, etc., this area was dominated by the Ottoman Empire, and basically it was central point, like economically and military, for the Ottoman Empire and in Europe. So that's why Ataturk studied here. It was during those periods. Okay, so now we are entering Mustafa Kemal Ataturk main room. As you can see, this is Ataturk with the magnificence that Turkish like to represent him. Justified, I think. And well, there is some status when he was studying here and some information. This is Anıtkabir, which is basically the mausoleum that is in Ankara, the capital of Turkey, in which the remains of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk are. And you can see some memorabilia of Atatürk, the mausoleum, some information of the life of Atatürk, and this that you can find in the mausoleum in Anıtkabir. You can find this, but it's a huge mural which basically depicts the great attack and in Çanakkale by the Greeks, that basically they were completely destroyed by Turkey. And well, you can see here it's part of the mural, the Çanakkale battle. And basically what happened is during the First World War, France and England tried to take over Istanbul in order to take the Ottoman Empire. Anyway, you can see more memorabilia, and you can see there Atatürk, 1881, 1938. Yeah, and you can see the interior of this building. The building is also called the Old Barracks because after the Balkan Wars ended in 1974, basically this building had a lot of different purposes. You can see, very interesting. Okay, and with this view of this tank, we say goodbye to this museum. It was very nice, not very big, not very small, kind of good size. There is the Macedonian flag, or not Macedonian like the Greeks like to say it. And yeah, hope you like it.